going on, beer tubers? Eric back at you with yet another beer review, and today we're looking at, I guess, a couple Wisconsin beers. Really only because I just have them. But this one is actually one that I don't think I've ever reviewed on the channel, from Central Waters Brewing Company out of Amherst, Wisconsin. This is the Rye Barrel Chocolate Porter. This is a imperial porter brewed with oatmeal that is aged on cocoa nibs and used rye whiskey barrels, clocking in at 9.5% alcohol by volume. It's a beer that I was told by many friends to go absolutely pick up and get. It's $7.99 a bomber. You really can't beat that price. The pour on that one, just getting into it right away real quickly, was kind of a deep cola, deep rich brown, fluffy, slightly off-white mocha head. Really tight bubbles on that one. And I'm just trying to see if I can pick up any alcohol. Yes, there are alcohol legs for sure. Clocking in at about 10% alcohol by volume. I just want to say serving temp on this one is just about cellar temp. I didn't really chill it down. It wasn't chilled, so borderline room temp. Let's go ahead and dive into the nose. Oh yeah, there's tons and tons and tons of freshly, it smells like a freshly dumped barrel. There's so much absolute crazy whiskey character here. Some spiciness from the rye, but this is a chocolate bomb. Yeah, I'm getting like crazy fudgy milk chocolate, some of that powdery baker's chocolate, actually. It's chalky in a way. There's a very assertive hint of booze coming through, and as if you've watched any of my barrel-aged beer reviews, I actually had an Uncle Jacob Stout last night, clocking at 17.1% alcohol by volume. Didn't feel the need to turn on the camera. I don't review every single thing that I put into my body. With that said, that beer really left me lacking, and I'm kind of glad I didn't waste a review on it, because I was so blown away by how much little actual booze character I was getting, given it was 17%. This one, on the other hand, just milk chocolate, lots of spicy whiskey, tannic, oaky notes. A nice bit of vanilla and, honestly, like a twinge of macadamia or, yeah, just this toasted white chocolatey note. I don't know. Smells honestly really fucking good for $7.99. And I guess beers, barrel-aged stouts that are good don't come in at $8. So I'm told. Yeah. Wow. Boy, am I glad I bought this beer. I was a little hesitant, given that last year's iteration didn't really blow me away. But like I was telling a couple friends, I've never had this beer by itself, being the first beer of the night. I've never had, just this beer. I've always had like a million other beers at a bottle share. Or, I'm at Central Waters' anniversary party and they decide to roll this out for the first time. I mean, I remember having it, next to the anniversary beers and next to Black Gold and all those other amazing world-class stouts at shares, and it doesn't stack up to that. But on its own, damn. Yeah, there's this nice mouthfeel here that's creamy, it's rich, it's chocolatey, like almost like a milkshake in a way. Rye barrel is well integrated. It's got a little bit of just a tease of the rye of the whiskey. It just kind of coats the mouth, and it doesn't drink hot. You don't feel it when you swallow. And it's just the symphony of waves of chocolate, almost like brownie batter in a way, but made with milk chocolate, not that deep dark chocolate fudgy note. Drinking 9.5% alcohol at room temperature should, with a booze note this prominent, should be a lot more, I would think, fusel, and you definitely feel it, and I don't. This is a really good beer. Why act shocked? Like I said, see previous notes. But this is so pleasant. There is a twinge of like tannic oak finish there, just to let you know it did sit in a barrel. I'm not really even sure how long this beer is barrel aged. Most of Central Waters beers have gone to a year age. Some of them 6 months, some of them longer. And it does not say here. Interestingly enough, it does not say the ABV on this bottle, which kind of pisses me off because I had to look it up. But yeah, that's what you're looking for. It says Chocolatey beyond compare. Rye Barrel Chocolate Porter is made with our imperial porter brewed with cocoa nibs and oatmeal for body. Aged in rye barrels. Doesn't say. Guys, this is up there. This is awesome. I typically, don't drink porters that often. Everything has seemed to have gone the imperial stout route in America here that's being aged in barrels if it's a dark beer or a dark sour ale for that matter. For me, this beer, it's just twinging on. I mean, their Brewer's Reserve Stout is 9.5%, so I'm calling this more of an imperial stout aged in rye whiskey barrels. That's really what this is drinking like. This is so smooth. I'm starting to gravitate using the word smooth. It just glides across the palate. It's rich and luscious chocolate, creamy body, nice pickup of barrel. I mean, there is definitely some whiskey heat now starting to formulate in my sternum, but fuck, I am loving this beer. Wow, and look at it's going down like water. Yeah. Wow. Damn. Probably gonna have to buy a few more of those, eh? I think ratings-wise for me, it's hard to grade this as a imperial porter, but that's what they're calling it. I guess what's the difference, really? Wow, they use all the same sort of malts and ingredients, and it's aged in a whiskey barrel with cocoa nibs, so fuck, it's just a great beer. With that said, I am going a 98 out of 100 on this beer. I think this is better than the Brewer's Reserve Stout. I think flavor-wise, it's just incredible. There's another Central Waters beer that you'll be seeing hopefully this week. A couple of them, actually, that I think, have different components where the flavors are just out of this world, but the body isn't. So more on that later. Yeah, 98 out of 100. I've really enjoyed this beer, and I hope you guys can get some too. I think Central Waters is actually distributed as far as New York, so Mark, be on the lookout for this guy. I think you'll rather enjoy it. Nice dessert beer, and thank you so much for stopping by.